This just doesn't make any sense. Allegedly hungover. I got strep throat and fever. 20 days to power tour. So let's take the engine and transmission out of Rocky. That seems like a great idea. Well, if a guy remembers, I got low compression on 2 or 12 of these cylinders. I mean, it runs okay-ish, but it uses more oil than fuel. Yeah, my wife helped me with one of them quackulators and said that it's going to cost way more money than it should in oil. In fact, more oil than gas on the power tour. So since it's the 12th hour and I literally have 3 weekends to do this, I'm going to pull this out and fix on it a little bit and see if we can figure out why it's using so much oil. Hopefully it's just rings. Well, it makes perfect sense that it'd be downpouring today. Sounds like Walmart during Black Friday, but you guys will just have to deal on it, I guess. So before I snip these hoods off, I like to take some rattle can and just around the hinges here. And what that does is when a guy goes and puts the hood back on, you got the marks right here where to line her up on, and then you don't have to dink around getting your old hood to fender gaps right. All right, let's get this off. My good friend load capacity is going to hang on to the hood here, and that'll let me ease this bolt out, and then I could explode my back lifting her off here. Anytime you see something dangerous, guys, you just do it yourself. All right, let's see if I can break the windshield out. What's the plan here, Derek? Let's go like this. Oh, we even got the nozzle sprayer. No way. This doesn't seem right at all. That's wrong. This is way too dangerous. That's heavier than expected. Way heavier. Okay. That never fails on a guy. You get the radiator snipped out and you think you're done with the coolant, and then if you're like me, when you get the engine halfway out, all of a sudden for whatever reason, it's just dumping down your back. So I learned a trick here I'm going to learn on you that'll try to eliminate that. I take my Mouth Sucker 500 machine and I flip it over to the foreign liquids 200 mode. And I just slide the hose under here. Basically all I do is jam the old lower radiator hose into the hose there, flip her on, and she'll go ahead and suck out all the rest of the coolant. Make sure you plug up your hoses here. Works great. Well, guys coming around okay. Got to snag out that fuel pump so I can get to that motor mount. That one's pretty easy to get to. Snip off the manifolds and then we're gonna drag on it. Guys got her stripped back where I need her, I think. Got the manifolds knocked off to the sides. Had to hit them with some heat a little bit, but they came out. Down to the motor mount bolts on both sides. And I think I'm going to try to save on everything here. I'm going to try to save a few minutes, but I'm sure I'll have to come back and take it off and do it the right way, but I'm going to go ahead and try anyway. And now we're down to the fun stuff, which is snagging underneath and snipping the drive shaft out, getting the trans cross bolts out. And then I got to find my junk snatcher 200 and see if we can get her out of here. All right, try to snag the... come on out of there. Oop. There we go. It's always nice when you hear the nut go flying across the shop floor. And then you drop your impact in the old bucket. Oh boy. These heat shields kind of getting away for a guy. I'm just gonna keep guessing. Let's see what we get when I just zing on it. Yeah. I just can't see nothing. I'm thinking right there. Okay. No. Okay. Well, be dipped. Got her. Get on out of there. Ouch. Oh. Must have a cotton tree out front. There's enough cotton in here to make George Washington another wig. Anyway, I'm gonna get the rear end up here and put some ramps, one either direction, so if she rolls on a guy, it only halfway crushes me. Oh, it's good on the knees. Now a guy can snip up the front. Oh, yep, yep, okay, yep. I really like to do the gravedigger test on it. Just makes the guy feel a little bit better. Yeah, she's good.
Where am I? Here I am. Okay. Get these U-bolt straps snipped out of here. And then we can pull this drive shaft back. And, oh boy. You know, the more I look at this bad pinion seal, the more I'm just gonna not replace it, I think. Yeah, that looks like too much work. Toot, toot, toot. Stop it! I understand how there's a gravel pit under here. There's so many places for this to fall, but it's got to be right in my eyelid or my lip. Seems like we're making way now. Ah! It's out! Well, good news is it's out. She's hung up on the e-brake cable. Got it. No big deal. Oh! Rust is definitely liable. I gotta get out of here. If you're curious, that's what a bad pinion seal looks like. Now we've got to drop the speedo cable off, and then there should be 2 bolts in the trans cross rubber there. Yep. Snip off the old linkage and kapow! She's ready. Yep. If the guy actually remembers to, go ahead and drain your trans oil, and then it won't pour out the old tail shaft when you snip it out the front end. Looks pretty red what's leaking all over so far. Yeah, murky-ish. Oh, whoops, been missing the jug for 20 days. That's good. Great. Yeah, it kind of looks like a scene from Murder, She Wrote down here, but that's all right. We got the job done anyway. Boom. Yeah. Oh my gosh, it's bad.
Well, here's where a guy's at. I got the trans cross bolts out, transmission linkage off, trans is drained. Guy went ahead and snipped the whole starter down because I don't want to mess with wires. I got all the digicals off of it and diagramical stuff. Took the cap off, the old carburetor's off. which by the way was only held on with tool bolts, which explains my burnt valves and running severely lean. And I think I'm ready to take the torque converter bolts out. I like to snag them off when it's in the car still, because everything's kind of held together for a guy, and you just get up there and once those come out, we'll snip onto it and start pulling, and I don't know, maybe she'll pop out for a guy. I really hope so. I just don't want to fight it.
What's the secret to these bolts, you ask? Well, I'll tell you right now. There is none. You just do it. But other than that, these are about as straightforward as you can get. Oh, I got the switch hands. I can't feel that one.
This junk snatcher is Harbor Freight flavors, and it's the same one you saw in the 66 Chevelle episode actually. And you'll notice here that this is the stock. Don't go past this bolt for safety. And this is I commonly work on junk Chevelle's notch. Gets her out a little bit farther so we can reach the engine, and it's still not good. When you pull engines and put them in, go ahead and get a guy or two or three. It's not good by yourself, but I'm gonna go ahead and do that anyway. Well, we'll give on it a few rips and see what happens. There we go. Now I'll just get our eyes on it, make sure, yep, good enough. We just keep going. What have we got over here? Transmission lines, you don't need none of that. Stuff that under there. Sure. I even remembered the danged old body ground. Just keep on going. I think everything might actually go ahead and clear on a guy. It'd be really nice to have one of them high dollar leveling units on here, but I don't think I've ever actually used one. We just do it the hard way. I'll give her a go forward. Yep, yep, okay, yep. There we go. A little bit more. Now you got to do the old swing. Oh, like that. There. I'm just going to set her down here, separate the two. Easy. Easy. There. Well, the 307 is out. That wasn't too bad, didn't make too much of a mess either. And here's what the engine bay looks like. So now I guess I'm just going to separate the two and throw the engine on a tire for now, I guess, and figure out what I'm going to do to put back in here. Although I'm not really sure what engine I'm going to use in Rocky. I do know for sure that this guy needs to be gone through, and it works. It's just a little tired, and I like crisp, clean shifts, and this thing is a dog, so she definitely needs that minimum of shift kit and then maybe just a smidge of a stall. So I'm gonna crack them apart here. The dowel pins usually work pretty good on here, so you don't have to worry about jacking up your pump or anything like that. I like to run all of them out except for one and then work them apart that way. Leave that one. Just be patient, I'm working on it. I got a bolt over here, it's still sticky. There it is. I'm gonna kind of hang on to the tail shaft, and then my other hands will be the dowel pins. Just like that. I guess I can take this out quick. See, it looks to be in pretty good shape. Huh. That might be a really cheap rebuild, actually. Good news for once in my life. Easy. Yep. Whoa, whoa, settle down. There we go. Well, I think that's going to do it for now. That came out really well, and I'm just kind of now realizing I probably should have had a better plan of something to snip back in there before I tore this one out, but that's the way she goes. So I'm going to go hunt for something, figure out something to stuff back in here, and then we'll make that a part 2. And of course, whatever does end up in Rocky, we're going to go test on it. Thanks for watching, guys. Hit the subscribe button. Appreciate you very much.